Hey everyone, good morning, good evening, whenever you are. Welcome back to Chain of Thought. So this is Yuma, this co-founder and chief strategy officer, aka chief diplomat of Xenea. So OpenAI just dropped two big announcements that, in my view, mark a turning point in tech history. And the first, they launched the GPT-5, their most capable model yet with huge jumps in reasoning, coding, and factual reliability. And second, and maybe even more quietly revolutionary or more relevant is in here, or what we are doing, or to Web3 realm. They released their first open weight models. And so for the first time, developers can download, fine-tune, and run OpenAI models locally. And that's not just a product update. That's an ideological shift. You know, it's OpenAI saying, so we see a future where AI isn't just consumed, it's owned, modified, and integrated into countless unique ecosystems. Right. And if you follow that thread to its end, you arrive at one big question. So if AI becomes the partner in our daily lives, what infrastructure will it live on? That's a big question. So let's zoom out. Yeah. So for years, AI was a tool, just a tool. You consulted, you know, like a calculator. But now we're entering the era of autonomous agents. AIs that don't just answer but act. That's a big difference here. So they book your flights, manage your crypto portfolio, reorder your groceries, draft contracts, optimize your logistics. Like they do all these tasks, right? And we can think of the AI journey in the three stages, I think. The first one is narrow autonomous agents. So they can independently complete specific tasks you assign. Yeah. Just like book your flights. And the second one is semi-autonomous life management. Life management, yeah. So they proactively manage multiple areas of your life with minimal input, with minimal intervention. And the final stage is full autonomy. That's like a whole another level. I mean, that's a whole different world. Yeah, they make these AI agents make most decisions for you. So you don't have to decide anything in daily lives seamlessly across your personal and professional world. That's the final stage here. And here's the thing, given the acceleration we've seen in the past like 18 months, I don't think stage two will take 5 to 10 years. We might be less than 3 years away from semi-autonomous life management being mainstream. The AI is exponentially growing. You know, but here's where we hit a snag. So AI agents cannot just live in a vacuum. You know, they need a place to read and write their data, a brain and a memory. And generative AI, like just regular previous GPT, can live off static training data for a while. It just needs a large, mostly fixed data set and occasional updates. But AI agents, they need dynamic data, which means data that changes second by second and is written by multiple parties and must be trusted. That's where today's decentralized storage falls short. Here's the reality. So Filecoin, Arweave, and similar platforms are fantastic. Yeah, they are fantastic decentralized storage for static archives like images, documents, immutable logs. Yeah, but they're not optimized for real-time read and write demands. So you cannot easily have an AI agent log every financial transaction, every IoT sensor reading, or every AI to AI decision into those systems in seconds. So what happens? To even Web3 native AI services quietly fall back on AWS, Google Cloud, or Azure for their live data. So which means your AI agent may be decentralized in branding, but centralized in reality. That there's a reality gap. And you know why dynamic data changes the game? This gap is not a technical footnote, it's a philosophical one. And if your AI partner is supposed to act on your behalf, but its memory and data stream are owned and operated by a corporate cloud provider. Do you really own it? Do you trust it fully? Do you even control it? No. So dynamic data in decentralized storage means live updates. So these AI agents can instantly log and retrieve new info. You know, auditability. You can verify what is so, what it acted on, and when. And a portability too. So your AI is not tied to a single provider. And community ownership. The storage layer itself is run and governed by a global network, not a few corporations. So this is where Xenea's architecture becomes so relevant. So we're not just another layer one, we're not just another EVM-compatible blockchain. We are layer one deeply integrated with a decentralized dynamic storage network designed specifically to handle mutable, real-time, and high-frequency data. That means AI agents can write to Xenea as they act. That data is instantly anchored on chain for verification, and access control ensures sensitive data is visible only to the right keys. And the infrastructure itself is community operated through our proof of democracy consensus mechanism, where every wallet and where every Xenea wallet can be a voting node, as you might know. So this is how we close the reality gap between Web3 branding and Web3 truth. So let's play at some real examples. Yeah. Think about these. Okay, so that's really cool. David, right now I'm translating your voice using GPT. So I assume you don't speak English, and you use GPT to interpret what I'm saying here into your own language, right? And I think you're from Nigeria, right? Um, wow. And thanks, Shiboki, too. Thank you always for your support. But wow, that's a really good example here already in real time. So this is like a real-time data, this is a dynamic data, Dynamic information, not the static information, right? There's the real time, back and forth between us. Okay, so let's play out some real examples. So, for example, healthcare AI agents. So they monitor patients, um, adjust medication schedules, update doctors in real time, and you can't afford a data lag or have that data logged in one corporation server. You know, the healthcare AI agents are super important and they're coming to dominate the market for sure. And what else? Like trade bots or financial agents. Easy to expect, yeah? So reading live market data, executing trades in milliseconds. Every decision needs an auditable record, right? So they definitely need a dynamic data support. And smart city systems like traffic flow adjustments, energy grid balancing, AI managing dynamic inputs from thousands of IoT devices. They need real-time read and write feature. And the last example will be logistics automation. So AI coordinating fleets, deliveries, and warehouse inventory in real time. You know, it's not a static data management, it's a dynamic data management. So all these like a possible AI agents need dynamic data management that existing decentralized storage solutions cannot provide, but Xenea can. That's a huge difference. And in each case, you know, dynamic storage, dynamic data storage is not a nice to have. It's the foundation for trust, safety, and ownership. And here's the best part, as always. So this is not just about enterprises, you know, like I keep telling this, our upcoming node sale will let anyone, anywhere, own a piece of this infrastructure. This infrastructure that provides dynamic data support so that all these AI agents are kind of rely on for trust, safety, and ownership. And we're fractionizing node ownership as NFTs. So you don't need to buy hardware, maintain servers, or worry about uptime. Instead, you're supporting professional grade operators like ZCube or partners who can meet enterprise level SLAs, like service level agreement. And you are viewers for doing it. That's how we align the AI future with the community ownership. No, there will be no setup hassle, or that you don't have to worry about the like electricity bills, you know, for the storage server or anything. All you have to do is just keep an eye on and take the chance to get the fractional ownership as an NFT. That's it. Be a part of it. Like literally be a part of it. That's all you have to do. That's the role of the community and you. So AI is evolving into something like a digital colleague, but the infrastructure it runs on will shape whether that colleague works for you, with you, or around you. So if it's centralized, you're renting your own intelligence. back from a corporation. If it's a decentralized, especially for dynamic real-time data, you truly own the mind that's working for you. And that's what we're building at Xenea. That's what we're supporting at Xenea. So if you want to be part of that foundation, keep your eyes open. Our node cell is coming soon, and it's your chance to own a share of the infrastructure powering the next wave of AI and deepin. And if you're not on a budget, if you don't think you can afford a piece of NFTs, then let's say there's a couple of options here, I think. Like I mentioned in the previous space, join a community or launch the group, and you guys get like some sort of like a multi-sig wallet or however you want to, like just be a part of the group of like 5 to 10 or even 100 people. Then you guys just pull your resources, pull your budget into one place to get the NFT and share the fractionalized NFT of the fractionalized NFT. But then that's something you can do. That's something a community can do, right? Let's say it will be surely less than like $1,000 per NFT, but let's say it's like $1,000, and you cannot afford $1,000 NFT for this for being a part of this ecosystem and infrastructure. But you join a group of 1,000 people, or you launch the group and find 1,000 people to join, and each person in the community pulls $1 to a unified wallet, to a multi-sig wallet. Now you have $1,000 to afford NFT, right? I'm not saying like the price will be $1,000. It's just an example, okay? That's a collective power, right? Each person throws just $1 to a wallet to afford $1,000 NFT. That's what you can do, you know. And I know some like communities are doing that. Not for Xenia specifically, but in general, right? So if you guys are interested in that kind of initiative, probably I don't know, probably I can bring someone from those kind of communities, like community manager, community leaders, moderators, to explain how to achieve it, how to make it happen, hearing their insights or stories about like how to pull like everyone's budget into one to afford one bigger, I don't know, NFT or like asset. Yeah, right. So that's something you can do, and I will definitely encourage you guys to take initiatives for that, you know. But yeah, so Emmanuel, you want me to you want me to invite someone from those communities, right? To talk about like how to pull the resources into one place to afford like kind of a more expensive asset. Yeah, let me figure that out. Yeah, I'll talk to some community managers. Okay, but the whole point, the whole point of hosting this series of space, it's not just like a sharing my thoughts. I call it like a chain of thought, but it's not just about sharing my thought, but having an opportunity to talk with you guys, to listen to you, so that I can do something for the community, especially you guys, especially those of you who are always present for me during the space. And I really want to do something for you guys. And if that helps, I will definitely do that. So yeah, I will bring somebody, some expert, um, expert in launching, managing community, pooling resources into one place to afford uh, kind of a pricey asset. Yeah, deal. Okay. So once again, let's recap before ending the space today. So frame Xenea as like persistent memory for autonomous systems, like a storage layer, or I will call it a memory layer for AI agents. You know, and unlike ephemeral cache or centralized databases, Xenea can store event logs, agent decision histories, and evolving data sets in a way that's verifiable and retrievable, critical for audits, debugging, and accountability. It ties into potential enterprise adoption in regulated industries. You know, and like if AI agents continue to depend on centralized infrastructure for data, the future will be controlled by a few tech giants. You know, so we offer a counter model where the data commons stays in the public's hands, not in closed silos. Okay, we're always a community first project, and Xenea, by its name, means a gift to those in the long distance. So Xenea is for you, and Xenea is for your children and for your grandchildren, like generations after generations and generations. Xenea is not just for us. Xenea is for our next generations in 1,000 years. You know, we're now building a foundational infrastructure for the next era of AI and deeping so that human knowledge and history will be carried on properly without being damaged. But I think that's it for today. And I will, once again, I will bring some expert for the community think, or more specifically saying like pooling the resources into one place to afford the asset. Okay. Hopefully in a few days. Yeah. Probably not tomorrow. It's too early. It's such short notice. So probably next week. Okay. All right. But that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you always for being present. I really appreciate it. So let's keep imagining and building a future powered by AI agents that not only act but act on infrastructure they can be trusted with, right? But for the last question, Emmanuel, I are talking about Xenea wallet that you're having an issue logging in the app. If you're talking about the Xenea wallet and if you need help, check my pinned post. It's about Discord. Yeah. So we have our own official Discord server where you can ask for help. All right. If anyone listening to okay. If anyone listening to this space now and you know what I'm talking about, if you know what I'm talking about, please help Emmanuel to to visit our Discord. Okay, that'll be much appreciated. But that's it for today. Okay, thank you for tuning in and talk to you tomorrow. Bye.